He deliberately wrapped the rope around his fingers, then lied to the guard, saying he needed to use the bathroom. The guard agreed but made him keep shaking a tree branch the whole time to prove he was actually there. Meanwhile, the guard kept his gun trained on the prisoner. If the branch stopped moving noticeably, he'd fire a warning shot. Joey didn't dare stop, so he kept shaking it while secretly tying the rope to the branch. After a while, even though the branch kept swaying from a distance, the guard sensed something was off and fired directly at where the man should have been. No response. When the guard went to check, all he found was a long rope tied to the branch. The man had vanished. By then, Joey had made it to a nearby village where he borrowed an axe from a kid and managed to hack off his leg shackles. Before leaving, he also borrowed some chili powder and black pepper, which he scattered along his escape route. When the guards arrived with tracking dogs, the dogs got hit with the pepper and immediately lost their sense of smell. They couldn't track him anymore. But just a few days later, right when all the inmates thought Joey had actually made it out, he was dragged back. As punishment, they threw him in solitary confinement for an entire month. But that didn't kill Joey's determination to escape. During a prison celebration when all the inmates were singing and partying, Joey brazenly started sawing through the floor. He wasn't worried about the noise giving him away because the other inmates were covering for him. When the lights out bell rang and the guards started their rounds, Joey had just finished carving out a hole. One inmate pulled out his prized magazine collection, successfully distracting the guard. Seeing his chance, Joey dropped straight down through the hole. Another inmate followed but deliberately acted as a decoy, running straight for the perimeter wall and trying to climb over the barbed wire fence. He quickly drew all the guards' attention and took a brutal beating for it, but he'd bought Joey the time he needed. Once the guards realized what happened, they sent out the dogs immediately. By then, Joey was already far away, but he couldn't afford to stop. He even jumped back and forth over a wire fence repeatedly to throw the dogs off his scent. When the guards arrived with the dogs, the animals kept running back and forth through the fence, completely confusing the guards. He crossed ditches and ran tirelessly. His hunger for freedom gave him endless energy. Joey literally ran the tracking dogs to death. When the inmates saw the dead dogs, they were sure Joey had finally made it. But just a few days later, there he was again, right back in front of them. Because of Joey's 2 escape attempts, what awaited him now was endless torture from the guards. Joey's repeated failed escapes might have looked like him challenging the prison walls, but really, they were his protest against a wrongful conviction. Follow me to watch the next exciting segment of this film.